This is for my girls who truly want to live that soft life. You want a reliable, sustainable income that is coming into your bank account every single month. And I'm not talking about small chump change. I'm talking about thousands of dollars. You don't need to rely on anybody else. You don't have to ask for permission for this income. You don't have to show your face. You don't need a credit score. You don't need any bank loans. You don't have a boss. All you need is yourself, a little bit of time, and a computer, but you can be anywhere in the world. I don't know about any of you, but 6 years ago, I was tired. I was tired of my income being capped. I was tired of my income not being enough for the lifestyle that I knew was for me and that I wanted for myself. And I truly wanted to be financially independent. Fast forward 6 years later, I now make multiple six figures a year. And one of my most reliable incomes is one that brings me in $20,000 to $25,000 every single month. And I barely have to do much. Now, did it start off that way? No, I'm not here to sell you a dream. This is something that I worked hard to build over a 6-month period of time and has completely changed my life. I have 2 homes. I have one home in Portugal and I have another home in New York City. That is not cheap. I travel the world whenever I want. I come and go as I please. I make my own money. I can buy myself whatever I want. I can buy my family things. I can pay my family's bills if they need it. I can help people if they need it. I truly live my dream, which was a life of freedom. I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So I sat down 6 years ago and got super serious about making this goal happen in my life. And that is when I was introduced to self-publishing. Now you might be asking, what is self-publishing? Let me tell you. Becoming a publisher means you simply publish books without having to be a writer. And this is strictly a business model. If you think about all the biggest publishing houses in the world and all those books you see in Barnes & Noble, even on Amazon, those are all produced mostly by publishing houses. They simply seek out authors to write books on what is currently trending in the market or they think will do well. Basically, that is what we are doing on a smaller scale. And you might be thinking, I am not a writer, I am not a publisher, I know nothing about this business, I am not skilled enough. Neither was I, and neither was my significant other when we first started this business. The best part about this is you don't have to be. In fact, Amazon believes in self-publishing so much that they encourage self-publishers to come on their platform and sell their books to their millions of customers that already love the Amazon bookstore. And like I said before, you do not need to be qualified for this. Anyone can do it. If you love living a secret life, a private life, you want to make lots of money, but you don't have to be front facing and you want it to be as passive as it possibly can. You want it to be reliable, consistent, and something that is sustainable that you can build over years. This is it. I have several different streams of income, and by far, the best thing I ever did for myself was start this business. It is an income stream that I do not have to think about anymore. I know for a fact every single month, that same time of month, my money is coming in from my publishing business. And I built it up so much that I have really not had to work on it for the last 2 years. I am making money off books I published years ago. And you might be asking, how is that possible? It's because once you upload your book on Amazon, Amazon then takes over and they are pushing it out to all of their customers. Amazon has millions of customers. They do so much of the legwork for you. All you do is take your book files, upload it on their website. Once it's published, they do the rest of the work. You do not have to have a warehouse. You do not have to worry about shipping. You do not have to worry about printing. Amazon does it all. I know this might sound confusing if you're new to this world and you haven't heard much about book publishing as a business opportunity. Let me give you an example using real estate. We are doing nothing different than what people do in real estate. Every book that we have and we put on the market is like our pieces of real estate. Each one is a house. It's the same thing when you see wealthy people in real estate who have multiple houses. They only work on it for a couple months to fix it up, make sure it's ready to go, make sure it's ready to sell, or make sure that they can rent it. But once it's rented or out on the market, or once it's sold, it made them their money while they're not having to currently exchange their time in order to make it. They make it in their sleep. And that's how they're able to compound and build wealth over a period of time. And eventually, depending on how many properties they have, they're making mass amount of money with doing very little work. It's literally the same thing when it comes to the book publishing industry, and nobody knows about it. For some reason, not everybody thinks that they can get into it and look at it more as a business opportunity rather than becoming an author or a writer. You have to think about it like, no, I am a publisher. You seek out what is doing well on the market, you make the content for that, and you put it out to that market while the trend is on the rise. And that is your whole job. I started my journey back in 2019. I currently have a YouTube channel, and that's what my first couple YouTube videos are, is me starting this business, and it let me quit my 9 to 5. I was completely able to replace my full income, even make more than what I was making, so I left. This income has been steady for me ever since, and it continues to grow. For the first year in my business, I worked really, really hard. I became obsessed with it, but that's just my personality type. You don't need to do that. But because I did that, I was able to see success really, really fast. I started off making like $4,000, $5,000, $10,000. My significant other makes anywhere from $35,000 to $45,000 a month. He's made over $1 million with his own publishing business that he has. Ours are separate. Like, he has his own, I have my own, and we generate our separate incomes from both of those. So that's my background. I was so desperate at the time. I tried anything to break free from the situation that I was in. And this is the one thing that has worked and been consistent over the years. The amazing thing about this is that the book market is continuing to grow. I don't know if you have seen, but everyone is reading right now. It is such a lucrative market. They're even predicting a bigger boom to come in 2030. If you are looking for a new business to start, something that can actually make you a passive income, so many people preach about passive incomes. I'm sorry to break it to you, there's no such thing as a passive income. You are going to have to do something to make money. Now, it comes down to how much of that something you have to do to make money, whether it makes it more passive or not. I am telling you, once you build your book portfolio, which only takes a few books to do, you have built a foundation that can pay you every month. Because just because you're not working on that book, it doesn't mean Amazon is not pushing it out to get sales. Amazon is still working while you are sleeping. That's what makes this so great. So if you're looking for just this extra side income, you're looking to quit your 9 to 5, more location freedom, you want to travel while you work, this hands down has been the easiest and the most lucrative business I have ever started to date. And I was able to get the turnaround I was looking for within a very short period of time, which is unheard of. And I'm able to do my business anonymously. I'm able to work on it when I want to, and I get to choose how much money I make monthly depending on how many books I want to publish that month or not. So you're like, okay, Alexis, all that sounds great. Like, how do I actually do this? What will this take from me? How do I know this is for me? I'm gonna break down exactly how the business works and how you can get started super quickly. Of course, I'm not gonna go into all the detail. That video will be way too long. You guys would not watch it, but I do have a few programs if you are wanting to work with us more closely down in the description. So let's get into it. So book publishing is a lot more simpler nowadays than when I even started. I used to have to write out books all by myself or hire a writer and upfront that money. Nowadays, we have AI. Now, it doesn't have to do everything for you if you don't want it. If you do want that, you can totally do that too. You can truly use AI as an assistant during your book writing process. Make this process a lot faster, easier, and cheaper. And of course, the importance of making them sound human and professional and high quality. You don't want to just be pumping out bad quality books that make no sense, have spelling errors, because I'm telling you, nobody will buy them, and it will also ruin your author name, and Amazon will stop pushing your books out. You do not want that. That can get you into big trouble. You want to actually care about the product you are producing. The higher the quality of the book, the more customers will come back to your other books. And we have seen this. This is how you make the big money. This is how you're making that $40,000 to $30,000 a month, because those are customers keep coming back to buy your other books as well. So it's super important that you are producing high quality books, even if you are using AI. And that is not as hard as it seems. With the right prompts, the right instructions that you give AI, it can really write a book that sounds human. It's actually kind of scary, but it is a tool that you can use in your business that you don't have to upfront any money for or an investment for. So that is how we write our books to date, and we've had amazing success with, and it has cut our business expenses in half. So you may be thinking, how do I find the topics to write my book about? Remember, this is a business. This is not about you writing a book out of passion, something you're passionate about. You are writing books on what people are currently searching for today, and you're producing content for them to read. That is what this entire business is based out of. And that is why it's also important to make sure that these books are high quality and you're actually giving your customers the information they need. There's so many people out there right now telling you to jump into low content books. Let me tell you, that is such a waste of time. Do not do that. The money in that is like this, okay? It's really, really hard to actually make money with low content books because you're selling a product that is so cheap. With the percentage that Amazon takes, the ads you have to pay on that, you're basically bringing in nothing. So it's such a waste of time. I would not even go there. Where the money is non-fiction books. Why? Because you can price them a whole lot higher. You're getting way more money for one product than having to mass produce several products to get the same amount of money. All of my books solve people's problems. So if someone comes onto Amazon, searches up a certain keyword, I probably have a book on it, and therefore my book will show up for them to purchase. For example, I'll have books on like marriage advice, teen advice, how to learn Spanish, how to save money, how to make money. And the majority of the problems that I publish my books in will probably never go away. They may go in and out of trend, but somebody will always be searching for things like this. That's what makes this business so sustainable and long lasting, because there's always somebody searching for what I'm publishing about. And it's so amazing. Books I published years ago, I am still making money from them today. Now, I know I'm making this sound super easy. There is a strategy to this, of course, and you have to know what you're doing so you don't waste your time. But basically how I find what to publish my books in is I go on Amazon, go in the bestsellers and see what is already trending. And I look for a certain pattern that lets me know that this is a good topic that is profitable. People are wanting information on this. Once I see that, I don't waste any time. I hurry up and publish a book in that topic. Once I have my book idea of what I'm going to be writing about, I then write it with AI and I make sure that it's a really, really good book. I then will work on the cover, which is the outside package of the book. Now, this is so important because this is what the customer sees first, and this is going to determine whether they buy your book or not. So it's important not to rush this part. You want your book to look good, professional, but also attract people in. So I design a book cover, whether that's on Canva by myself, or I'll hire somebody off Fiverr, or if I want to go the more professional route, I will hire a graphic design company that specifically works on book covers if I have a certain idea that I cannot do. The next part of this is super, super crucial. I mean, probably one of the most important things you will have to focus on, and I suggest taking a little bit more time on when you're going to publish your book, which is the subtitle and the description of the book. I'm telling you, book readers love to read. They are going to read through your description. They're going to read through your subtitle, and it needs to be able to capture them and speak directly to all of their pain points, right? What are they looking for, and can your book give me the answer? That needs to be super, super clear in your subtitle and your description, and you need to spend a lot of time on that. That is where your sales come from. Your book cover, title, and description. Now, what keeps your customers coming back is the quality of your book. We also don't want to be messing up the book writing industry. We want to contribute to it. Yes, we are running a business, but we all do quality work. All book sales go up for everybody, whether you are an actual writer and that's for your profession, or you are running a publishing business. So when you have your good quality book, that also will attract positive reviews. And if you have ever shopped on Amazon, which I'm sure we all have, we know we all look at the reviews. It's so important. You must get good reviews on your book. And how to get good reviews on your books, there's definitely a strategy to it. We do teach our clients that are in our programs how to do this and get reviews faster. It really determines how well your book does or not. And lastly, this is where the second half of that income comes in. So I said I made over $20,000 to $25,000. I make $10,000 when it comes to the paperback version, the ebook version, which you can do from KDP, but then you can also take that same content, turning that into an audiobook, and then making more money on top of that same piece of content. Tell me what other businesses out there that you can publish one piece of content, one piece of digital book, one product where you can make several streams of income off it. Insane. And if I see that book is doing well, I'll then make a part 2 to it and a part 3 and sell those as 3 separate books. Then I'll bundle all those books together and sell it as the 4th book. So off 3 pieces of content, I have 4 books on several different platforms. And I love that bundle strategy, especially when it comes to Audible, because a lot of customers over on Audible love listening to really, really long books. They want to get the entire package. The longer that the audiobook is that they purchase from me, the more money I make. And I'm not talking a little bit. The difference is significant. And this is a strategy you can't do with low content books. This is why we say, do not do it. Do not waste your time. That is not where the money is. The money is in nonfiction full content books because of how many income streams you can make off one book. So forget about journals, forget about coloring books. If you're really trying to make that 20, 30, 50, we even have friends who make $150,000 a month doing this. So if you are trying to change your financial situation in 2025, you're done living by everybody else's rules, you want to seek financial independence, or you just want to be a person who's living on your own terms, traveling the world, you have no one to answer to. So if that sounds like you have to do this. The time is now to get into this. If you're a person that's like, oh, okay, this sounds good, I want to do this, but I think I need some help, I have several different programs depending on what you're needing that can help you. I have a master class that condenses our full program, everything you need to know to get started today. Or I have another program that is called the Done For You program, where we build the entire business for you from the ground up and get you to that foundation level that we were talking about, where it becomes passive. Now, of course, that is more of a significant investment upfront because we are literally building an entire business for you. That's obviously for a certain type of person who has extra money and is looking to invest it to make more money back for them. That's it. That is how we are making our money in 2025. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Make sure you are subscribed. Let us know what kind of content would you like to see? What questions do you have about this business, about our business of helping you, or anything that has to do with the book publishing world in general? We are happy to answer those questions or make videos on those topics. So please let us know down below. Don't forget to subscribe. We're making a lot of content on this channel coming out over the next couple months. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Alexis, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.